of the country. Shishir Shelar is joining us from Mumbai, and also Deepika Mehta is joining us from Varanasi. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. First, Shishir, I'll come to you when we talk of the state. All right, I'm told that Deepika Mehta is there with us from Varanasi. We'll try getting Shishir in a short while from now. But Deepika, the Prime Minister is expected to do a hat-trick from Varanasi Lok Sabha seat as per the exit polls. You've been there for a while now. Let us get more from you as to what are you picking up from there. What is the common popular sentiment?
Good afternoon, Preeti. Yes, when we talk to the people before the polling, they say that they witnessed a lot of development here across Varanasi, and this development has really helped them in, making their earnings to take them to a better level and to take them to a next level. Not only the personal finances have improved, but also the hotel business, the commerce of Varanasi has improved many-fold across so many years, and especially if we talk about the past 9 years, this is what the people say. We went to the Ghats also, and there they say that females especially, they've got employment opportunities because they've got their small shops that they've placed over different ghats. Earlier ghats were very dirty, and they were very dirty and not really developed. So this has given them a very good opportunity to not only prove themselves but to earn for their family also. There are a total number of 85 ghats, and we can just take an idea from this that 85 ghats means so many employment opportunities for thousands of people of Varanasi, specifically when we talk about. And when we went on the polling day, we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi urging all the citizens to go out in large numbers, create a new record, and that record has also been created. We heard from the Election Commission today, and he urged especially the senior citizens and women and the first-time voters to go out in large numbers. And on the polling day, in the last and the 7th phase, we showed you visuals of how people were gathering outside the polling booths at 6:30 a.m. onwards, and we could find senior citizens in that lot. We could find first-time female voters also in that group. So many enthusiastic voters turned up in huge numbers to cast their vote. And now when we talk about at the third stage, talk about the exit poll. The exit poll clearly showcases a clean sweep for Prime Minister Narendra Modi once again from this particular Varanasi. However, his aim and agenda is to cross the 10 lakh voter margin, because earlier it was 6 lakh plus. In 2014, he's also seen a phenomenal victory for his party from Varanasi. This time also he's aiming it to be a triple-digit, a 6-digit figure when we talk about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's marginal victory. And if we talk about the rest of the UP, the exit poll shows that the BJP might get somewhere around 65 to 71 seats. There are a few pain areas for BJP when we talk about Mainpuri, when we talk about Azamgarh, when we talk about the seats where Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav are fighting. Dharmendra Yadav is also there. So everything would be clear after 24 hours when we have the final results. But as of now, the win goes in favor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Preeti.
All right, so that was about exit polls. Now, Deepika, we also heard the Chief Election Commissioner give us synopsis of how well the exercise of elections was conducted in the country. He also talked of the record participation of women and also the elderly. You're there in Uttar Pradesh, the state which gets the largest chunk, the largest share of MPs in Lok Sabha. Let us get more from you as to what did you witness, what was your evaluation of the whole exercise, the way it was conducted in Uttar Pradesh. When you talk of the participation of women, the participation of youth, the Prime Minister also gave repeated calls for the women and youth to come out in huge numbers to vote.
We saw it in the visuals only that how excited the people were here in Varanasi. Not only Varanasi, we showed you the visuals of Azamgarh and Jaunpur, Gorakhpur also when we went to cover those areas. And the people were really enthusiastic and excited. And we saw that reflecting in the percentage figure, because the entire percentage figure of UP crossed the 50% mark. And that too despite in this hot, scorching heat, because it is really hot and humid. And on the polling day, the temperature was touching somewhere around 47, 48 degrees Celsius. And not only this, when we had the silent period in between, the hottest day was on the silent period, which was touching somewhere around 49 degrees Celsius. Even after that, we did not see any dampening of enthusiasm in any of the voter, and not even the Election Commission officials. You would be delighted to know, Preeti, that the Election Commission officials not only provided water and basic shade to the voters, but they also provided ORS sachets along with some important medicines in case of any exigency, which were made ready on every every polling booth. Not only this, Election Commission here, especially in Varanasi, went a mile ahead and they provided jaggery along with lemon at all polling stations to the voters, that too for free. So the Election Commission made all the arrangements. They had put coolers also in different polling booths so that the people, they don't feel any sort of discomfort. However, there were few news regarding what happened because of the heat wave with the Election Commission officials. But taking cognizance of that fact, voters were really made comfortable on the polling day, Preeti, in entire UT.
All right, so the voters were made comfortable in the entire of Uttar Pradesh. I'll take that forward to Shishir, who's there with us from Mumbai. Shishir, good afternoon. When we talk of the state of Maharashtra, then it comes in second with regard to the number of MPs in the Lok Sabha after the state of Uttar Pradesh. Let us get more from you. What role would the state play in national politics? And added to that, also, what are the exit polls, predicting there in Maharashtra?
Well, absolutely, Preeti. Let's talk first about the exit poll here, because looking at the exit poll, most of the exit polls saying that this time around it's quite a neck-to-neck fight in Maharashtra. Obviously, if you compare the number, especially from last year, the last year NDA's tally was around 41 seats out of 48, in which we have seen that the BJP won 23 seats and the undivided Shiv Sena won 18 seats, and that's how the tally in 2019 election reached 41. This time around, this particular number looks quite difficult to achieve for the NDA, because this time around we have seen here that the India alliance, particularly the Uddhav Thackeray faction, Sena, as far as the Sharad Pawar faction as well in NCP, both are getting a good seat as per the exit polls are to be believed. Yet the clear number is going to come out tomorrow. But looking at this number, it seems that quite a neck-to-neck fight between the NDA alliance and the India alliance. Obviously, both the sides claiming that they're going to get maximum seat in this particular election. So obviously the 24 hours left for the results to come out, and probably we may get these numbers. But these numbers that we're talking about is as per the exit polls number. You rightly said that Maharashtra plays quite important role in national politics, because the second largest number of MPs goes from Maharashtra, and that's the reason this is particularly a too big state to left for the opposition, and that's the reason even the NDA has eyed for it. We have seen 19 plus rallies of prime ministers in Maharashtra. Apart from that, before election was announced, we have seen that Prime Minister have also came several times to inaugurate various important projects in Maharashtra. Even on the other side, we have seen that the opposition also equally entirely carried out the polling campaign in Maharashtra. The big leaders of the India Alliance, including Rahul Gandhi, also Priyanka Gandhi as well, have actually contested at various locations also, and they have taken a very important big rallies in Maharashtra. So obviously, both the sides, the NDA sides and the India Alliance sides, have actually tried really hard to get the maximum seat this time around. And looking at these numbers, the numbers look at this point up quite different. Obviously, the BJP particularly and the NDA has claimed that they're going to get 40 plus seats in this Lok Sabha election, and that's how they've actually tried. But it seems at this point in time, the exit poll numbers giving quite different picture. Although on a national front, we have seen here that this exit poll has given quite a good thumping majority to the NDA. So obviously, in a nationwide, the mood is going with the BJP as per the exit polls are concerned. But in Maharashtra, probably the pictures are a bit different. And that's the reason it's quite a worrisome factor also for the NDA. Because obviously, this is just a Lok Sabha election, but going forward, the Maharashtra will also go for the assembly polls, and probably we can say that this is a run-up before the assembly polls here, and that's the reason all the MPs along with all the MLAs in Maharashtra really tried hard to get these numbers.
All right, that was about the exit polls, Shishir. But when you talk of these elections, then a very important aspect of the elections this year was the increase in the number of political parties from 4 to 6 now this time around. Let us get more analysis from you as to how have the permutations and combinations changed this time around. What is at stake? Because we're talking of how important the state is for it to be left alone, or for that matter, for it to have no bearing on the election results or little bearing on the election results. How do you put all this together? How do you analyze this for us?
Absolutely, Priti. From the national perspective, if you look at them, the 19th of April, the election started till the 1st of May. It's such a long span here, probably in the history. The country has witnessed such a long election period, obviously. But obviously, hats off to the Election Commission because the way they have carried out this election, because the largest election in the world. Before, obviously, it's almost 40-45 days of election period. Before that, the election machinery swung into action. As a result, we have seen here that some of the important recognition which will be in the name of the Election Commission. In the Kashmir Valley, we have seen the percentage has increased than what we have seen in the last 4 decades. At the same time, we have seen that the transparent election, obviously, there's a lot of fear about the Election Commission, that how they're going to carry out this election, and that's the reason all eyes were set on them. Today, Election Commission has actually clarified that exactly how the process went on. The process absolutely transparent. We have seen here that how the EVM randomization was done, then it was distributed to all the polling stations here. Later on, we have seen that how the security has been put in place here. CCTV cameras were put in place to all the important areas where EVM had kept. On the election day, we have seen here that the ample security arrangements have been done, and not just security arrangements, because this time around the election was happening during a scorching heat in the entire country, and that's the reason special arrangements have done, keeping that in mind as well. Our colleague Deepika have just mentioned that how Election Commission has distributed water. They've also made shades also. Apart from that, some of the other instruments have also been provided. So these are the important and small things that Election Commission has taken, and that's the reason the numbers have increased. Obviously, in Maharashtra, you rightly said, politically pictures are different, but obviously the preparation done by the Election Commission is absolutely well. Now, as far as the political aspect is concerned, you rightly said there's definite combination. Usually, we see a two-party in Maharashtra, that is NDA and the UPA. Till 2019, there was only 4-party in Maharashtra. That is Shiv Sena and BJP one hand, and the Congress NCP other hand. This time around, we have seen the fraction of 6 different parties here, and that's the reason now the vote has been divided. Obviously, this was the reason this time around that even the political pundit could not see that exact what could be the numbers and the results in Maharashtra.
So we'll have to wait for another 24 hours,
get the entire numbers,
even less than 24 hours, to get a clear picture. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining in with those details from Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra.